So I'm just gonna start priming my face with this. It's a Blur+Smooth Master Prime Primer. I'm just gonna press it down to make sure my skin absorbs it. So usually I start with eyes, but today I'm gonna start with foundation. And actually, this is my favorite foundation. I wear it daily. This is a really good foundation because even though it is a matte and poreless foundation, it doesn't dry your skin out. So even if you have dry skin like me, you can use it. It just gives an all over like airbrush look. I just do little dots. I'm using my Real Technique sponge. It is a drugstore, kind of like a beauty blender dupe. I actually love it. It is very like bouncy and it doesn't soak a lot of product in. What I like about this foundation too, if you wear it like daytime, it doesn't make you look cakey. It just gives you just enough coverage for the daytime look. I would say the coverage is like buildable medium. It's definitely not like a full coverage. And don't forget the double chin, and just bring that down. Just make sure when you do the double chin, there's no that crazy country border line. So this is in the shade 120. Since I'm a vampire, I'm using one of the lightest shades of the entire shade range. And it comes in, I believe it comes in almost 40 shades. Next on, I'm just gonna use concealer. This is the Master Conceal in the shade Light. This is a really, really good concealer. Just do a quick pick me up under eye. Little chin. Like, it does the job so well. So I had to just stop myself from doing that. But yeah, when I'm setting my under eyes, I'm definitely doing that. Next on, I'm just gonna contour my face with the Master Contour stick. Yeah, I use the contour side a lot. It is the perfect like cool shade, like grayish. Actually, yeah, grayish. That is the shade. I'm gonna do a little whoop. As you guys can tell, like, it's very easy to blend. Like normally with some cream contours, especially like if it's a stick, I would need like a brush to actually blend it, but this is really like creamy and super easy to blend even with a sponge. Forget the hairline. Just a little bit, not too crazy. We're not gonna go crazy with the contour. That's not what I'm going for today.
10 seconds later.
Actually, you know what? Maybe a little bit of nose contour wouldn't be so bad. Just saying. As you guys can see, like, I use very minimal product on my nose. So I'm done with the cream part. I'm just gonna set my face with some powder. I'm gonna use the Fit Me loose finishing powder. This is in the shade Fair Light. It is a little too yellow for me, but nothing that I can't, deal with. So if you do have dry skin like me, I would suggest using a beauty blender or a sponge like I'm using to set your makeup with powder. I use a sponge with cream and powder. I like to focus on like like this area. If you have high cheekbones like me, it is just inevitable to have some kind of lines here. So I just like to focus on those areas to give like an illusion of like a lifted look right here. Right here, right here. And then if you want your contour to be like, you just want to do a little bit under here, a little here. And when I'm setting my nose too, I definitely use a sponge with it because I feel like when I use a brush, it just lifts the makeup. I just pat the powder lightly to set my forehead and my nose. So now that I actually concentrated on the areas where, you know, like I kind of slightly baked, but I'm not gonna wait, like I didn't use as much powder as like how baking is. I just use slightly more than just setting. So it's like in between setting and baking. I'm just gonna set the rest of my face with the Fit Me powder. This is in the shade 120. It's the same shade as my foundation. Just going to use a little like puff to set the rest of my face. So now I'm gonna set my contour with the Fit Me. This is in Pure Beige 235, but this time I'm gonna use a brush. Since I'm not going for like a super contoured look, I just want like an all over bronzy look. So I'm just going to put the darker shade of powder in like circular motions. I like to kind of bring it down to my neck a little bit. So I actually contour my nose off camera because I didn't know how it would turn out with that powder, but actually I kind of like it. It's not like too much, it's just a subtle contour. It's not like a very dark shade. It's not like a big contrast. It just gives that little oomph. Now I'm gonna move on to the blush. I'm using again, Fit Me. Obviously I like this collection a lot. And just so you guys know, this is not a sponsored video. This is all of my own money. So you know I love this collection. This is in the shade Light Rose 102. It is actually kind of light on me too, but I love it for like a more like an everyday look. So what I like to do is I just do a little just apples of my cheeks, which are really easy to find. So I just got this palette. It's one of the City Mini palettes. This is in the shade Graffiti Pop. I've never used it before. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys really quick. I dimmed the light down a little bit so you guys can see what it looks like. I'm just gonna pop that transition color in my crease. Next on, I'm gonna move on to my lid. I'm gonna use a packing brush to use this little purple right here. And I'm gonna hold the brush like this so I can just go all the way down to my lash line. I'm actually very impressed by this color, the pigment and everything. It wasn't like hard to put on at all. It just packed on. I didn't even use like a setting spray or anything. Well, so I'm just gonna blend this this little purple with the darker powder that I used. I'm just gonna put this darker color on my outer V to kind of deepen the look. So now that I put the darker shade on my outer V, I'm just gonna blend it out with a clean blending brush. That blended very easily. For a color like that to blend that easy, I'm very impressed. For under my eyes, I'm just gonna put the same transition color right here and then top that off with this right here. So I'm just gonna open up the eyes a little bit by using this on the inner corners. So I just did a little black eyeliner on my waterline, and I just noticed I don't have anything Maybelline for my brows, so I'm just going to use my Benefit Goof Proof pencil for my brows, and I'll be right back. For my lashes, I'm thinking of either doing lashes or no lashes. I still haven't decided, but I'm just going to start them out with the Big Shot Mascara. For the lips, I'm just going to use the Vivid Matte Liquid and Great Envy. These, the Vivid Matte Liquids, they don't dry to matte. They're more like velvety and creamy, so don't expect it to be like a liquid lipstick. For the highlighter, of course, I'm gonna be using this. This is one of my favorite highlighters recently. So yeah, as you guys can see, it is pretty deep. Oh, look at that. I love Maybelline. It's just every product that I've used so far, except for very few products that I didn't like. I honestly like the products just work for me. They just do. They just do. You're gonna see in a second when I put this highlighter on how this looks. And yeah, I'm done with the look. This is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button right there. Anyways, it's a very full, a little sultry, smoky look. Just going to the supermarket, going to the gym, just an everyday regular look. But anyways, I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye.